It's Bronze and Modern Gods bonus episode time. I'm John. That guy over there is Richard. What's going on, Richard?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, John?
I'm doing okay. And we've got some stuff for you guys today. We've got your questions, your comments. But first, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Bronze and Modern Gods. Give us a like if you're watching this on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. We also have the Instagram Market Watch with Ali from Elite_Comics11. He's back from the wilderness. Went off the grid for a little bit for a vacation. He's got 3 huge sales this week from Instagram to report. One of those is a huge Golden Age first appearance, which you definitely do not want to miss. But first, as Julie Chen says on Big Brother every week, many of you have been asking us where you can get a shirt or even a baseball shirt like this with the Bronze and Modern Gods logo on it. Well, you finally can. I got off my duff this week, and I finally, after months of promising you I was going to set it up, I actually did it. So check out the link in the description if you want to purchase a shirt, or hit the TeePublic button at bronzeandmoderngods.com, and you can show your support for your favorite podcast while looking quite dashing, I must say.
Yes, attend your local comic book show wearing one of these awesome t-shirts.
Find yourself pelted with rocks and garbage while showing off your Bronze and Modern Gods shirt. No, seriously, some of you asked, so it was a little effort to set it up. Was glad to do that. And I saw without any promo, we've already sold a few. So some of you are very observant and hit that already. So thank you very much. And now it's time for viewer mail.
You've got mail.
Our first piece of viewer mail. Richard, did you send this? It's from Dr. Doom. Talking about NFTs. Those commons are now $20. Don't sleep. LMAO, which I think is how the young kids say, laughing my arse orifice or something. I don't know what that stands for. Is that what it stands for? I think so.
I believe so, yeah.
Thank you. A good point. Now, you guys have heard us babbling about NFTs for the last couple of weeks. And I see some other podcasts are getting in on it now too. Good job. Glad you guys are joining us here. The interesting thing was the big one dropped this week. Amazing Spider-Man #1.
Yeah.
I got a few. The common for the ASM #1 is already $14. It's only been a few days. Richard, did you get one?
Nope, I did not. I showed up at 3:02.
Oh,
and it was long sold out by the time I got there.
Yeah, it was interesting. The last ones I was there for live sold out, gone in 60 seconds. This one took a little longer. I don't know if because it was 3 p.m. Eastern as opposed to noon Eastern, if more people were at work or not by their phones or whatever. So, but it did sell out just over 60 seconds.
We'll see. I think this is still new and it's a young market. I think people are still trying to establish, the value of this stuff. We talked about $20 for the commons. We really don't have a yardstick to measure the value of these things yet. So I expect the prices to fluctuate for a while until we get to some common ground.
We are seeing many more sales on eBay now. So if you just type in Marvel VV and then look at the completed and sold, you'll see quite a few. They had a Captain America digital figure drop, which, I haven't gotten into the digital figures yet, but boy, talk about revenue. They had 400 of the ultra rare Captain America figure at $1,000 a piece, and those sold out. That's $400,000.
Wow. So this is not like how the digital comics are going. You can actually pick the rarity that you want, and you just pay the coin.
That is the difference. The comics are a bit of a blind box, whereas the figures just go up. Here's your common, here's your secret rare, here's your ultra rare, and as of Friday morning, the common for Captain America was still available at $40 a pop. But it just kind of goes back to our theory that, the commons are common. People don't really want the commons. They're trying to get those rare and those secret rare, and they're willing to pay $1,000 for the cap.
It's a whole different economy, and people are willing to spend money on being the first, or being that exclusive group of people who own these things. So as long as that's valuable, people will continue to pay that kind of money.
It's intensely interesting. I am along with Richard debating on adding an NFT Market Watch report to this podcast. We're not sure if you guys are interested or not. So if you are, let us know in the comments or on Instagram. Just tell us. We'd love to report on it each week and make it a regular feature, but we don't want to do it if you guys aren't into it. So let us know.
Yeah, yeah. Keep an open mind. That's what I say. Everybody keep an open mind on this stuff.
All right. What's your first piece of viewer mail?
My first piece of mail comes from Jason Huber. I think I love this video because I have a ton. He's talking about our last episode.
Right.
A ton of these Riri books. I only started collecting again after a brief 26-year break. I know the feeling.
We feel you.
I usually just admire lists like this. Thanks so much for the video. I'm a big fan of your mix of fun, information, and love for the hobby.
Aww.
Keep up the good fight. Well, thank you very much for the nice comments. Yeah, Riri Williams books are going to continue to get hot. There's talk about she's the actress who plays Riri Williams has signed for a multi-deal contract. So we will be seeing her in more than one property over the course of phase 4 and potentially phase 5. So now's the time to get these keys while they're still reasonable. You know, I was talking about buying Miles Morales keys while they were still reasonable. I think this has some of the same kinds of potential. So time to reach out and stock up.
All right, not to beat a dead horse. Ultimate Fallout 4 goes up for sale as an NFT. Are you in?
Of course I am. That's not even a question.
Just checking. Really, I was actually sort of on the ground floor with this, and I didn't realize it. I had a run of Invincible Iron Man 110 that I sold at a live sale for I think well, you know,
you never know. I was on this early too. Back a year ago, Midtown had a sale on Invincible Iron Man #1s.
Oh wow!
And I picked up a lot for about $10 a piece, which I thought was a deal. It's turned out to be a deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to hit these things while they're not popular, or while they're at the beginning of their popularity. Don't hit them when they're at the peak, because you're going to pay for it.
Well, luckily, I did not sell all of my Noctera #1s yet. We'll talk about that on Monday. My next piece of viewer mail is from JSwap1. Here's something to try for moldy comics. I'm referring to our comic book moldy comic episode. I don't know what you want to call that one. Buy an ozone generator on Amazon for about $70. Put it in all your moldy comics, books, clothes, and whatever inside your car and run it for a couple of hours. This is like assisted suicide. Be careful not to be in the car for at least an hour after the generator shuts off. You may need to do a few cycles, but the ozone will eventually kill every living thing inside that car and leave everything smelling. I do not condone, recommend, or suggest you do this. I am merely reporting. I report. You decide.
Oh boy, I wonder how this process was discovered. How many failures were there in the development of this process?
Run a hose from your exhaust. JSwap, good on you. It scares the crap out of me, but yeah, you're not alone. There were a few people in the comments that gave us possible solutions for mold. It just seems so chancy to me that I'm not going anywhere near it.
Yeah, to me, the best way to combat mold is to not have it in the first place. I will pass on any book that has mold, even if it's a book I really, really want, because it automatically becomes a problem book when you buy it, and you don't want problem books in your collection.
Now, there was someone else that had a suggestion about basically like our humidity chamber that we talk about in our pressing video, where you can run an ozone generator into a sealed plastic bin like that. That to me sounds a lot safer than putting it in your car and avoiding your car for 2 hours because you might get ozoned out.
Yeah, I mean, and there's always a chance you don't get all of it, and if you don't get all of it, you've got none of it. So,
Oh, good. Ooh, Richard, look at you. I like that. All right, what's your next piece?
my next piece is from Comic Boom. Apparently, the second printing of Invincible Iron Man is insanely priced, but apparently only 1,000 were printed.
Mm.
So time will tell how hard it will be for collectors to find. Infamous Iron Man #1 makes me chuckle. I remember at the time that few collected it because it was written by Bendis.
Guilty.
And the story was Bendis's usual decompression quagmire.
100% true. 100% true.
The AI Tony in the issue was seen as a desperate but necessary plot point at the time, as fans were pissed off at Tony technically being dead, but having been killed by Carol Danvers in Civil War II. Yeah, this is.
I didn't even read Civil War II.
First off, the infamous Iron Man the second print, Invincible Iron Man #1, second print. Yes, it is a very rare book. There were, according to Comic-Con, around 900 and some odd printed. They come up every now and then, and I always snap them up when they were coming up. At one point, they were expensive but reasonable, but now they've gotten to be very expensive. So if you come across one and you can recognize them because of the blue Invincible Iron Man on the cover, pick them up. If it's something you can afford, pick them up, because I have a feeling those are going to be some of the major keys for Riri just because of their rarity.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you're in a contest with Steve at Minor Keys Comics to see who can get all 967 of those.
Yeah, and it's me. I'm constantly looking, and I had at one point up to 5, and it was tough. It's tough to find them. It's tough to find them at a reasonable price. But again, I still think at the prices that people are showing, they're going for around 300, 350. If you get a good 9.8 candidate, I would still pay that all day long, because 9.8s are listed on eBay right now for $2,300. Now, that doesn't mean that's what you're going to end up paying for it, but that's what the listing is. I mean, this is before we've seen anything, any trailer, any reveal about Riri Williams, other than the little bit of Black Panther news that's leaked. So as soon as we have something concrete to nail down, the price of these keys are just going to skyrocket, and then that includes this one.
You have 5 of them, you said?
I sold one on the live sale. One of them is at CGC right now, being reslabbed as a 9.8, and I have a few more raws that are waiting for me to get up the gumption to send them into CGC.
So you have 0.5% of the entire.
That's true.
Wow. There's something to be proud of. All right. Our next piece of viewer mail is must be a really good one, because Richard and I both picked it and have it in the notes. The same piece. So I'll go ahead and read it, Richard. Let me do this. It's from Nick Parrish. Hello again, comic collecting senseis. The reason why we're laughing is because I've had to re-record this 3 times to say senseis, John and Richard. I have to say, as just a pure collector / reader who doesn't really speculate, I love when you guys do underrated books of the week, because for the most part, you guys just pick books that you personally think are just good reads with good art. Thank you for noticing. However, I wonder if you two could do a special episode in the future where the main topic is, quote, best bargain reads, unquote, where you just pick comics for people that you personally enjoy that can still be found at an LCS for the cheap. Well, Nick, I think we have some good news for you, but it's going to cost you. And by that, I mean, we are launching a bonus episode every week that will be an exclusive on Apple Podcasts under the subscription program. So it's a couple of things here. It's a way to support us with a little pocket change to defray the cost and the time we spend doing this for you all week. But it's going to be a half hour extra every week of a deep dive, audio only, where Richard and I really get into the nitty gritty of a lot of books that we think are underrated and need your attention and just are great reads. So Nick, you kind of read our minds. Get your pocket change out. It's not going to be a lot. We're still trying to figure out some of the details here. It's going to be a few weeks, but we wanted to give you guys a heads up that you're going to have a third episode.
Yeah, and I want to cover in there also. We don't have the time and the format that we have for either the bonus or in our regular show, just to talk about what we're currently speculating on, where we see, where we're putting our dollars and where we see the market going from a broader perspective too. So if you're a speculator, there's also going to be something there for you as well.
So it's an extra 30 minutes of us a week. You'll either love it or hate it. It's an experiment, you guys. We're being totally transparent with you. We don't know if any of you are going to be willing to pay for it. If you're not, great. No worries. You still have these episodes here for free. But we thought we'd try something. And a lot of you have asked for it. A lot of you have suggested it on the email that you were willing to pony up a little shekel, little Starbucks money, I would call it. So be on the lookout. We'll let you know when that happens. All right. So moving on, it is time for the Instagram Market Watch with Elite_Comics11 and Ali. Joining us today is the man himself, Richard. Let's dance. Ati, ati, ati. And here he is now from Elite_Comics11 on Instagram. Ali, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing? We're doing well.
Just hanging out. You're back from the wilderness.
Took a little break, but it's great to be back. So thanks for having me again. And again, we're from Elite_Comics11. We're Instagram's premier consignment page. And I'm here to share a few of the bigger sales that happened in the past week or so on the page. So I'll go ahead and start it out if that's okay.
I love the selection this week.
Yeah, it's a great selection. We have both of the giants represented. So let's start out with It's Amazing Spider-Man number 14. It's the first appearance of Green Goblin in a CGC 5.5 off-white to white pages. This one sold for $4,000 on the page, and I think the trailer dropped while I was gone, but I've had a chance to see it, and oh man, so exciting.
Yeah, someone got a deal. The last sale on GPA was $4,400. So yeah, definitely a great pickup.
That wasn't the infamous breakup slab of Amazing Spider-Man 14.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about that one. The alleged offers are insane.
For people that don't know what I'm talking about, there was a slab of ASM 14 where someone obviously went through a rough breakup, not too smooth, and the significant other defaced it with all sorts of marker messages, and that thing's made the rounds. It's kind of like a real life meme.
Oh yeah,
ex-girlfriend variant.
What's next?
All right, we got Fantastic Four number 5. It's a CGC 4.0 off-white to white pages. It's the first Doctor Doom. Nice 4.0 copy. Sold for $11,500 on our page.
Richard.
Yeah, this is one of my grails. This is a great book. The last sale was $11,100 on GPA, but still, that book is on fire. And as we get closer to Doctor Doom's appearance in the MCU, this is pure gold, in my opinion.
You have 3.5 or
3.5, right?
And you paid how much for it in January 2020?
$3,700.
Yeah, you're doing okay.
Yeah. This I tell you, these books, these first appearance of these villains and these key books from the Silver Age are pure gold. If you come across them, pick them up.
Pure silver. Well, speaking of gold, what's the last one we got?
All right, so it's All-Star Comics number 8. This is the first appearance of Wonder Woman from 1941. CGC 1.8. Slightly brittle pages here, but these are so rare you can't really be too picky. It's actually a nice 1.8. $24,500 on that one.
Yeah, wow. This book is super rare. The last sale for a 1.8 was back in August of 2018,
Whoa.
and that was 20,400. So given the increase in value of books since 2018, your buyer got a steal.
I'm always curious if it's been the same book, because they're so rare.
Yeah.
That could have been the same book. We didn't check this.
And it's pretty easy to keep tabs on these super rare books that are graded, because there's just definitely not many out there.
Right. And you have to pick them up when they come to sale. You can't, a lot of these books you can't find until people actually are willing to start listing them. So when they list them, you grab them, because you may not see another opportunity, as in this case, for 2 years.
And we always talk about the DC Trinity, Batman and Superman get all the attention, but Wonder Woman's number 3 in that Trinity, or number 1, depending on how big of a fan you are. And, I think the only thing about All-Star 8, she's not on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine how much this book would be worth if she was on the cover?
No, I can't.
Well, 24,500 is not not pennies.
It is nothing to sneeze at. All right, Ali, remind everybody where you are.
Sure. You got a book to sell, or you just want to check out the big books that we drop on a daily basis, head over to @elite_comics11 on Instagram.
It's always a good time. Check them out. All right, we will see you next week.
All right.
Thanks, Ellie.
Thanks. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman.
What a great book. Can you imagine? That's such a rare book to find. This is amazing.
Slightly brittle pages doesn't bug me. Slightly brittle doesn't bug me because it could be just the edge, and it could be just a part of a page, and they will give it that designation on the label. And also, if you're a pro, you can crack that sucker, put it in the humidity chamber for 24 hours and improve that page quality potentially.
I was wondering about that. I mean, when it's slightly brittle, do you look at conservation at that point? Is that worth it?
You might have to. I would at least look at it and see what is brittle about it. If the whole thing is slightly brittle, yeah, maybe leave it alone. But if it's just the edges or a portion of a page or something, there are ways to mitigate that. I believe you can slam it in your car and run I kid. All right, that's going to do it for us this week. I said it again. That was the end of the show for this day. How's that?
Oh, that's slightly better. You'll mess it up again next week.
No, follow us on Instagram at Bronze and Modern Gods. Give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Again, if you're looking for a shirt, look in the description. Visit bronzeandmoderngods.com. Hit that TeePublic badge if you really want to support us. And we will see you on Monday.
Everybody stay safe.